And I do believe that we are going, guys. It is 9 a.m. here in Los Angeles. Are you proud of me? I'm starting right at 9. 9 a.m., the party line. And we're off. It is 9:01 now here in Los Angeles. Thursday, the 25th of July, AD 2024. I still have my training wheels on. And so we're going to have a fun loosey-goosey The Hake Report show. I got some requests for things to cover, some stories to get to, guys, and some fun stuff to talk about, hopefully. I want to talk a little bit about that shooting because you guys seem to have some interest in it, and it's caught my interest now, too, a little bit. I don't know if I'll watch the video yet. Some of you guys may be like, hey, you're responsible. You better watch that video of the police who shot that black gal. But, you know, I already know that it's going to be something evil. You want to know how I know? Because Benjamin Crump is involved. Ben Crump never involves himself in any just cause. He's not for justice whatsoever. He's evil. I noticed something yesterday. There was a archived Sunday service of Church with Jesse Lee Peterson. And he, on August 29th, 2010, an archived Sunday service, Bond Sunday services. And he mentioned this rally from August 28th, 2010. It was the 47th anniversary of the March on Washington. Evil Al Sharpton had some rally. I forget what it was called. Oh, something the dream. Reimagining the dream or something dumb like that. And he's just so evil. And he said it was all evil, it was all darkness, living in the past. And these homeless people, he called them, were just eating it up, being suckers. So, you can, a fair person might say, oh, if it looks like I'm looking up into the sky, I am. A fair person might go, well, I agree with this, but not that. In reality, it's all darkness. It's all evil. Because they throw in facts and give lip service to true morality and values in order to deceive. That's what Satan did. Satan is the father of lies. He threw in some Bible verses. He throws in like the wording of a true value or a true principle and misapplies it, just like so many of you, and oftentimes perhaps even me. So, yeah, Crump's a chump. But anyway, let me get started on Instagram and other platforms, guys. I'm streaming on Instagram. I'm streaming on Rumble. I will be taking your calls. You can call in 1-888-775-3773. I also may cover Jennifer Aniston. You ever heard of her? She's an actress. Mildly attractive. Old. Getting older. Not old, but getting older, you know. Like all of us. But she's all evil about J.D. Vance. And is J.D. Vance evil? But she's evil. Pretending to be she's a mama to girls and women. And that's not good. So, Jennifer Aniston criticizes J.D. Vance for childless cat lady's remarks. I pray that your daughter is fortunate enough to bear children. Praying to Satan. Evil Jennifer Aniston. Wasn't she with that one guy, Brad Pitt? Terrible. So, anyway, guys, all that and your calls, if you'd like to call in, and your super chats, guys. I did see some super chats, I think. But let's get right on with the show!
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
Hey guys!
Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
So, how you guys doing? Thanks, Nick. Doing everything for me. I am fine. I'm wearing my Bond t-shirt, one of the Bond t-shirts that I bought. And you can get yours too. teespring.com/stores/rebuildingtheman, or go to rebuildingtheman.com/stores. Stores. Enjoy. Rebuildingtheman.com. This one is A Life Without Thinking. I gotta arrange my stuff better. A life without thinking is an amazing life. Come on. A life without thinking is an amazing life. Jesus himself said, take no thought. Pardon my mic noises, my handling noises. Take no thought for your life. Take no thought for your life. What you'll eat, what you'll wear. And JLP adds who loves you, who doesn't love you, who you're going to hang out with, who you'll marry or never marry or whatever. Take no thought for that stuff. The more you think about that stuff, the more you undermine your life. You don't get free Bond shirts. Lame, says Zazen. Well, fix your name, Zazen. Zazen. Psst. Fix your name. Yes. Nah, maybe he's Indian or something like that. Because Zazen, I think I looked that thing up, and it's the cross legs meditation thing. He's a master of that, according to him, or something. Hake refuses to take off the training wheels. LOL, laughing with sweat. Nick, don't enable him. I know, Seesaw, I'm getting kind of worse too. Not good. But yeah, a life without thinking is an amazing life. A thoughtless life, a no thinking life. Yeah, it is a weird name, Duke. I'm with you. DT is here, 23. No need to look out for me. I'm right here. You can't stop the truth, Hake. That's true. Nor can you. And I'm going to go ahead and block you because you've proven to be a snake. You have my permission, people, to ban Marcus Jones any time you see him. You can. Or if you don't feel like it, don't do it. As the spirit leads. As the spirit leads, whichever spirit you're led by, you mods. The mods have been coming under attack. Don't get in your head, mods, and don't get into your head, plebs. And there will be peace in the snake pit. Because Marcus Jones is a liar, a snake, a gossiper, a slanderer, a libeler, and it's not good. By the way, so is all iterations of Raymond 11 are hereby not welcome. You know what this means, Raymond 11? Not welcome. Raymond 11 is not welcome. He is flipped. He turned evil. You don't play along with his mess. He turns all the way on you. That's human nature. Reminds me of other people who've graduated or been banned. I remember there was this one guy named Brandon, black. He loved Jesse. He loved Hake. Faithful supporter. We made him a mod because he was always around, greeting everybody, on everybody's good side. Well, not everybody, because he started to get on somebody's bad side. And so I'm like, I'm unmodding all three of you guys. And he took it personally. He had an identity with being a mod on the JLP show. Why would you have an identity with that? And then he just turned and went crazy, psycho. That shows that it wasn't real love. Did Raymond ever donate? Did he ever contribute truth, or was he just always trying to be funny and get people on his good side? Marcus tries to do that. Get in with feeble-minded women, get on their good side to coax them away from the truth, just like the serpent in the garden. Lin Yen Chin is not going to be exiled, I don't think. You just can't be inappropriate, Lin Yen Chin. You're sometimes inappropriate. Yeah, Raymond, not welcome. We wish you well. Do the silent prayer. It's better for you not to be in the snake pit anyway. Seesaw wants a pat on the head. Hey, I was unmodded. This is Seesaw right here. I was unmodded and I'm still here. You weren't modded for... It's a totally different situation, Seesaw. But yeah, there you go, Seesaw. Ladies always want a pat on the head. Don't pat Asian kids on the head. That's considered disrespectful. Anyway, let me get to some calls before I get into these stories, guys. Over on in Dallas, Texas, RENE is a first-time caller. Hold on, let me fix his... Lord have mercy. Renee's not ready. Renee's not ready. Put him back on hold. Renee's making all kinds of noise. Let me get to Joe. Speaking of the serpent in the garden, in Phoenix, Arizona. Joe, thank you for...
Good morning, James.
Morning, how are you?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, thanks for taking the call.
Yeah.
All right. I am not going to get drawn into another caller wars with Alex in California, but I did want to respond a little bit to him.
Oh, sure. Yeah, because he accused you, after you accused him of being with, like, the white nationalists or something like that. Alex in California was another caller on my show yesterday. And Alex
seems to be a very emotional person. He was very emotional about the Trump attempted assassination. He was all into what he called black metal, which is very emotional, crazy music.
Yeah.
But Alex, I wish you well. I wish you well in your drumming. I'll say it again. I am not your enemy. Don't know what more to say about that. I'm not going to get drawn into it back and forth with you. I just wish you well.
Okay.
So,
nice. That's fair.
He was asking why I continued to call in, and supposedly he listened to a call 4 years ago that I was saying the same thing.
Right.
That's an indictment of you and Jesse, rather than me, if you ask me.
Okay. Yes.
You
You can have your delusions.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, because JLP says the same thing, but he's saying something with life in it. You're saying something with death in it. Just dull.
You are welcome to your opinion.
It's not, well, it's accurate. It's based on just the facts, Joe. Go ahead.
I'm sure you believe that.
Cool.
So that's why I continue to call in, because I, Alex, have been thanked in the chat and with callers on both Jesse's show and your show. Callers who call in and thank me for giving the proper information, and they have turned from their hatred and from their misbeliefs about most black people or whatever else. So
and what about the caller?
I continue to call in.
I don't know of many people. I don't know of any people who've thanked you, but I'm sure that's quite possible. There's some dark, evil people who fall for dark, evil lies and half truths, which are lies. What of the people who thank Jesse and they have actually brightness to them? They're some of the best, greatest calls.
I wanted to go back into that. You said that there are callers every day to Jesse Lee Peterson's show that thank him. I have yet to hear somebody say, men and
women all around the world, all races, all accents. The kingdom of heaven is naturally diverse. It's not artificially diverse like the children of Satan. It's very diverse and very wide in this road to destruction. But some people are finding, or at least recognizing, the narrow path on some level that JLP presents.
We can agree, and I have heard people call in and say, Jesse, thank you for your message of forgiveness. Yeah, I forgave my mom, forgave my dad, and their lives have improved to some degree. I can admit that, absolutely. What I've yet to hear is that someone, Jesse, I was a gangbanger, I was a thug, I was a low-life piece of garbage. But I heard you say that most black people are retarded and evil and violent and stupid. And you know what? That really resonated with me. I turned my life around.
Oh, you haven't heard that? I've heard it.
Really? 'Cause
Yeah.
I've been listening for many years, as you know. I've never heard that call.
Oh, yeah, I've heard it. There's been people who've come to church, to men's forums, to from all around Nashville, Memphis, Atlanta, New York. All kinds of people have realized, and Los Angeles, of course, have realized, you know what, that's true. Canton, Michigan, and other places around Detroit. Yeah, absolutely.
I find that hard to believe that someone being denigrated and insulted and stereotyped somehow led to their epiphany to say, you know what, I need to change my life around.
But you
change their
denigrate
hearts and minds.
You denigrate the people who come from the ghetto culture. You express hatred for them. You said nobody hates
hatred.
Yeah, you did. You agreed with Chris Rock's thing about nobody hates N-words as much as black Americans.
Good, decent, hardworking black people.
Right, and so you're showing hatred for them, and they're not fooled by your mama spirit. Because you come in and it's just empty, intellectual, Reddit bro stuff. Well, actually, and there's no life to it. With JLP, there's life to it.
And I actually enjoy it and find it very funny when you insult me.
What?
So,
nice.
But in terms of the ghetto, I'm actually out there doing things that actually matter and changing the next generation so that they don't become those ghetto thugs. That's what I'm doing.
Pat yourself on the back. And I noticed that JLP is doing actual awakening people, really making major changes. I think that you're maybe jealous of him, perhaps. Are you jealous of JLP? Just this ankle biter. And I noticed he credits God. He's all, I thank God.
As do I.
No, you're like, I'm better than JLP. I'm better than everybody in the chat. You think you're better than people. You think you are God. Reddit bro Joe.
That was a setup question and you know it,
What?
James.
Say again?
That was a setup question by you and you know it.
What?
When you asked me, do I think I'm better than JLP? And
it was a setup question because I've heard you say this stuff. Okay, you want to clarify your better? Let's hear you clarify your better thing then. Since you know better now than to say I'm better than anybody.
I knew better when you asked me the question, but I answered it anyway because I know you would probably hang up on me if I didn't.
Oh no! If you want to say you're not better, you can say I'm not better. I'm no better than Jesse or the Snake Pit or anybody, or what's that guy's name? I'm no better than Asmodor. I'm no better than Mark from Los Angeles. Let's hear the Snake admit he's no better than anybody. And the white nationalist Nazis.
How am I better? Because again, I shape and mold the next generation. I have actual results that I can point to. I asked Jesse years ago, Jesse, why don't you ever publish how many people you've helped through your entrepreneurship academy? How many loans you've done through your credit union? Show the actual results. And he never answered that question.
Why should he do that? The world is about numbers. The world is about no. Hold on. The world is about numbers, and you're the world. You're about the worldly things. God is about the few, and it remains. And it's not about. It's he who endures to the end will be saved. So somebody can change their life and then turn. So it doesn't. That's not what matters. You're obsessed with worldly things.
Not just numbers, James.
You're obsessed with...
to back it up.
You're obsessed with education. You're obsessed with blacks are in the middle class. You're obsessed with downplaying how bad it is. How bad you are.
Never once did I downplay.
Every time you call into my show.
The ghetto culture.
Every time you... No, but you're limiting the evil. You're limiting the evil of, those black people over there, those ghetto blacks are over there. They're the evil ones. No, you're evil too, Joe.
James, you distance yourself from Adam Waffen and the Aryan.
Of course, but I don't think I'm
whatever.
better than them.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
So you admit to doing the same thing about distancing yourself.
Yes.
My whole point with you and Jesse is that you love to focus just on that small segment of black
I
society.
focus on you too.
You focus on
Don't
me,
I
you
mock
focus-
you every day? I mock you every single day on my show. So I'm not just focusing on the ghetto blacks, I'm focusing on you too.
You mock someone who is highly educated, highly intelligent, very successful in life, gives back to his community, uplifts his community, moral, married to the same woman for 20 plus years, raised 2 outstanding kids. That's all good stuff. It's all the stuff that you and Jesse claim
I know,
that
but
you want for America.
All that is for naught because you've gained the world but lost your soul, or losing your soul.
In what way, James? In what way have I lost my soul?
You're vicious towards beautiful soul Asmodor, your brother, your Christian brother.
The people who want me dead, you mean?
I don't know that, and you don't know that either. You're just making that up. You're just making an accusation like the accuser, Satan, does.
I proved it yesterday.
You did not prove anything. You didn't prove anything.
2 days ago, actually.
No, you made some logical jumps, which are to say illogical.
According to you, but I proved it.
So you're a vicious person. You're dark. You're hung up on worldly success. Dark on the inside. I know you may be light-skinned. I'm not talking about skin, because I don't care about skin. Or I don't care about race. I care about good versus evil. Just like everybody thinks that they care about good versus evil. Yeah, you're a mess.
I wanted to ask you too.
Okay, so you're not. So are you admitting that you're not better, or what?
No, of course not. Of course, I'm much better.
Oh, then how come you calling it a setup?
I had the results.
Oh, you have you have these worldly results.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but God doesn't care about those worldly results.
No, he does. He would know you by your acts. Absolutely.
No, your fruits. You don't have the fruit of the Spirit. You don't have love. You don't have joy. You don't have patience. You don't have long suffering. You don't have self-control. You get mad. You get mad at your beautiful. You get mad at your beautiful Christian brother. Shut up. That's shameful. Demon possessed.
Those are not Christian brothers. They are evil people. They are not Christian.
But you get mad at them.
Don't get mad at them now. Just don't let them steamroll me. You have to because you have the mute button.
Whatever. All right. So
all those things you just mentioned, James.
Oh, let me put the snake puppet back on.
I have all those things in abundance. Otherwise, I wouldn't be the effective mentor and coach that I am with actual results to show. But my question was to you.
Okay.
You keep saying that Himmler is a man. I wonder what your definition of a man is, because he's an evil, sick-minded, disturbed person. How is that a man in your eyes?
It's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but it's undeniable that he has some level of testosterone and fight in him. It's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, though, of course, because he is petty, pouty, petulant. I know that. He's like, it's the Hake and Snake show. Your co-host is a jerk. And he's right that you're a jerk, but don't say that word, kids. Do as I say, not as I do.
Sorry, hold on one second, James. Sorry, the goats are trying to get out. Hold on.
He's going to save the goats. Let's hear this. Okay, anyway. See, he does have goats. Alex? Anyway.
Sorry about that.
No worries, man. So do you get my point that it's a little tongue-in-cheek, but he does have some undeniable semblance of masculinity. Just because he's passionate, there is that he's an Irish fighter guy. Do you see what I mean?
No, I really don't.
Oh. Come on, now you're just either playing dumb or in a worldly sense, there's a manliness to him. And also,
And it
he's
won't be
just
something
very
that-
direct. It's almost, it's quite refreshing hearing him speak sometimes until he dips into that viciousness. I grant you that that viciousness may be a little overboard, that passion that's not manly. But it's just clarity from him when he comes on and just says his stuff. He expresses himself pretty clearly. So
I would argue that I do all those things, yet you would never call me a man. You call me a woman and a communist and mama spirit and all those things.
Because you're a little bit more like, it's kind of like nerdy. And you're also very underhanded. Like you're like Obama. You play like you're this calm, above it all person, like a communist, you know? And in reality, you're a liar and a snake. You know how the serpent pretends to be the angel of light?
Again, I really enjoy it. I think it's funny when you insult me, James. And I think you asked a couple weeks ago what I look like, or you were speculating with some caller.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever seen the French soccer player Thierry Henry? I've been told I look like him a lot, except I'm taller and more bulky than he is.
Okay, all right. I could see that. All right, interesting. I got to put this in the stories folder so we can pull that up. Thank you, Joe in Phoenix. Interesting call, man.
You got it. The last thing, Alex, you don't need to hate me. You don't need to be angry with me. I am not your enemy. I wish you well. All right, James, you have a great day.
All right. Joe in Phoenix. Bye. What a mess. Let's see what Thierry Henry looks like. Pardon me, I'm making some, hold on. Complicated business, guys. Complicated business. And boom. That's Joe from Phoenix. He doxed himself as having looked like this. As looking like this. This is what Joe in Phoenix is told that he looks like. What a Chad. Thierry Henry. Thierry. Henry. French football coach. Football meaning soccer. So that's Joe in Phoenix. Interesting, huh? He was a talented basketball player. Turned snake in the snake pit. That's Joe in Phoenix. What a Chad. Who knew? A lot of times the Chads get self-satisfied with how they look and how they are. They enjoy worldly success and think that they're on track with the Lord. So maybe that's what's going on. Anyway, thank you, Joe in Phoenix. Pretty amusing stuff. All right, this is getting weirder, says just a guy. All right. You can call in 1-888-775-3773. Let me get to this story. Okay, here we go. Bum, bum, bum. Let's talk about this guy. This is the story that you guys have been hounding me about, some of you guys. This is from CNN. I only read CNN. What we know about the deputy charged with killing Sonya Massey in her home after she called 911 for help. And by the end of this article, you will see that Hake is right. What is Hake right about? That the evil people are demonizing this cop. Not saying that the cop is innocent. I tell him chin up king, as Popcorn's Thump Keg caught me saying yesterday on Hake News. I say chin up king. Whether you did right or wrong, chin up. And handle your persecution with dignity. Persecuted for doing wrong, maybe. Persecuted for doing right, I don't know. But whatever. And this gal, by her behavior, it's sounding like she got herself killed. But they want to call it a murder. Somebody claimed it was first-degree murder. That's wild. Okay, so who wrote this article by and large? A lot of people contributed to it. Some woman, Tucker. Come on. What the heck? What the Hake? I can't see it. I can't do it. This is terrible. How do I get out of here? I can't even grab it. Come on, zoom out. There we go. Something Tucker. Anyway, you got me. There's no fixing this. I'm a boomer and I don't know how to work this thing. Click and command. Let's see. Alt 0. No, command 0. There we go. There we go. How'd you do that?
You did that.
Okay. What a mess. I should just pull it up on my own screen because so I can read it. They say this guy's name is Grayson. They doxed him already? Sangamon County. Sean Grayson. S-E-A-N. The 30-year-old guy. This is a picture of the gal who got herself shot and killed. Rest in peace. Sonya Massey. Sonya Massey. And some of you guys may overreact to me saying that she got herself that. She's like, I rebuke you in the name of the Lord Jesus. And she grabbed that pot of hot water, according to the story. Now, that pot of hot water may not actually have been, the cop may have been too jumpy. It's what some of you guys would, fair-minded people, I could understand maybe saying that based on what I'm reading. But Sean, whatever his name is, the family of Sonya Massey is the so-called family of her. They throw around the word family very loosely, you know. Is calling for a probe into the hiring of, what the heck? Sheriff's deputy. Pardon me, guys. Pardon me. Probe into the hiring of Sharon's deputy charged with fatally shooting the 36-year-old Black, and they capitalize the B in the word black because they're kiss-ups to evil, kissing up to the ego of black people ever since George Floyd. Black woman in her Illinois home this month, just in July, citing concerns over records showing he worked at 6 law enforcement agencies in 4 years and was charged with driving under the influence twice, drinking and driving. Does that disqualify him from being a cop? I don't even think that disqualifies illegals from being in the United States. They do that a lot. Sean Grayson, 30-year-old Sangamon County Sheriff's deputy, who's since been fired from the agency, indicted by a jury last week. 3 counts of first-degree murder. Wow. It seems like an overcharge, but what do I know? Nothing. 1 count each of aggravated battery with a firearm and official misconduct in connection with the July 6th shooting at Massey's home. They say Massey, but her name is Sonya. Sonya's home, Sonya, Massey, near Springfield, Illinois. Look at her. Beautiful smile. How did she get crazy enough to be like that? She was shot and killed by a responding officer. She called 911 because she thought there was an intruder in her home, per officials. What a mess. This young man, here's the young man right here. You'll see him. Let's see if I can do this. I'm going to regret it. Sean Grayson faces multiple charges in the shooting. Come on. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. There we go. In the shooting death of Sonya Massey. Let's see if I can zoom back out. Okay, all right. Gonna do this again. Boom. This is gonna get real old real quick. All right. He's one of a number of black women killed by police in their homes in recent years, including Breonna Taylor, and that was a justified shoot, and Tatiana Jefferson. So Commie Nonsense Network is trying to push it like it's a race thing because they're evil. They're communists. I call them communists, but they're evil. Shout out to the communists. You're not the only evil people. All right? Come on, am I able to move around here? Let me get out of this part and move this way. Move this way. This trackpad stinks. In a news conference Monday afternoon, so-called civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump, boom, not a valid case, throw it out, represents Massey's quote-unquote family, connected her death to other cases of police violence against black people across the United States. Evil man. He should be disbarred for incitement. That is incitement. Maybe deported even though he was born in like South Carolina. I wonder if he's an anchor baby of some sort, you know? Born to immigrants, perhaps? I don't know. He doesn't seem like a normal black American, although normal black Americans are a mess as well. Worse even than the immigrants in some levels. Per capita. Here's what we know about the former sheriff's deputy charged. Deputy worked at 6 agencies in 4 years, being charged twice with DUI. Reminds me, that's a government employee for you. So there's your anti-cop acknowledgement, a nod to the anti-cop conservatives. They just get shuffled around. Teachers, problem teachers get shuffled around the district and other districts and stuff like that. And problem officers with problems. Great. Based on this, who knows? Maybe the problem is the agencies themselves. The agencies are problematic, liberal. Since 2020, began working part-time with Pawnee Police. Hey. Grayson's resignation letter from the Auburn Police Department did not suggest he left due to problems and disciplinary issues. He said, I have nothing but a positive experience working as an officer. Chosen to move on to another sheriff's office, another county. Blah, 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 blah. So, whatever. Don't know. Charged with DUI. Pleaded guilty. Paid in a couple $1,000s in fines. Blah, blah, blah. People got, a lot of cops have family problems and other problems. Not always. I'll bleeping kill you and, no, I'll bleeping shoot you in the bleeping face. Deputy warned this gal before he shot her or somebody shot her. Illinois State Police Monday released 36 minutes of video, includes body camera footage from each of the 2 Sangamon County Sheriff's deputies who responded to this Sonya Massey's home early July 6th, meaning after midnight. July 5th going into midnight. What was that? The 4th was a Thursday. The 5th was a Friday. The 6th was a Saturday. So Friday night into Saturday morning, I guess, right? Something like that? Yeah, I think so. They keep on calling her Massey. Her first name is Sonya. Women go by their first names. Men go by their last names. This feminism stuff it's a sick world. It's a sick, sick world, I'm telling you. She had called 911 to report a possible prowler at her home in Springfield. In Springfield? Per a court document. Body camera footage, I'm not going to show it to you. I haven't watched it myself. And another shows Grayson and another deputy speaking calmly with Sonya in her home, at which point she goes to the stove to turn off a pot of boiling water. She then picks up the pot of boiling water, right? Not drugs, not marijuana. And the other deputy steps back. Away from your hot steaming water, the other deputy says. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, she said in response. I don't know what her accent was like. I haven't watched it, okay? Huh? The deputy says. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, she repeats. You better blip and not, or I swear to God, to the Lord Jesus Christ, or to God, I'll blip and shoot you in the flippin' face, Grayson said. Sean Grayson. Sean, S-E-A-N. Is that an Irish name? Shout out to the Irish, but yes, shout out to the Irish. They're always ready for a fight. Irish become cops too, by the way. Maybe that's why you guys don't like the cops. Shout out to the Irish and the cops. He then draws his firearm and points it at her. And she ducks and says, I'm sorry. Like one of those pathetic demons, you know? You know how a demon will... Or like Smeagol. Is Smeagol a demon in like the Lord of the Rings? I haven't watched all of those movies, but he's like vicious. Then he's weak. He plays up his weakness to seem weak and pathetic so you don't harm him. And then they attack. I remember there was a drunk white male who they were trying to pull out of the police were trying to pull out of his vehicle. He's like, no. And then all of a sudden he just, with perfect discipline, just shoots both of these cops in the head. One dies, the other is severely hurt. So these people play pathetic and then they do evil. Now, I don't know what the case is with this gal, okay? I don't. While lifting the pot, drop the bleeping pot, both deputies yell. 3 shots heard. Few seconds of silence. One deputy says, shots fired. Shots fired. And calls for emergency medical services. See? They're trying to help her. Dude, I'm not taking bleeping boiling water to the bleeping head. Thank you, CNN, for censoring at least some of the word. And look, it came right to our feet, too, says Grayson. And now I've heard some fair-minded people, like fair-minded Krishan the Don, say this was not a good shoot. Gigi Cash said it was not a good shoot. It was 100% wrong. I don't know, haven't seen it. But it looks like that's the reason. Not because she's black. Not because she's, because they had some ill will against her, necessarily. Unless you're a mind reader, a heart reader. All these people thinking they can read minds and hearts. Minutes after the shooting, this Sean Grayson fella, cop, speaks to another law enforcement figure. She had boiling water and she came at me with boiling water. Which may be a bit of a tall tale, maybe an exaggeration, may not be true, maybe a lie, I don't know. She said she was going to rebuke me in the name of Jesus and came at me, or us or something, with boiling water. There's like a screen still from the body cam. See that? In her beautiful home. She called them into her beautiful home. You know, a lot of the times the blacks say, don't call police. And yet oftentimes women are calling police and causing problems for themselves and others, including police. What a mess, huh? Come on, scroll. Oh, I have you. There you go. Come on. All right, so, and now she's dead. What a mess, huh? You know, cops are given guns because they're supposed to be violent. Appropriately violent, and appropriately brutal, but they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be men who do men things, which is to put down the smack. Put the smack down. Whether that happened here, I don't know. You guys, some of you guys who are pretty fair-minded, Gigi Cash, Krishan the Don of Misfit Nation. Come on, the heck. What the hake? Don't say that word too much, kids. Anyway, let me just scroll and see what I can do. While inside her home, Grayson drew his gun. Thank God I didn't click that link by accident. Now all of a sudden you want to act like you're clicking. And shot at Massey 3 times, striking her once in the face. Terrible. I say terrible because, that's so graphic. That's so explicit. Shot in the face. Not good. You don't want to do that. Unless it's justified. I don't know if it was justified or not. They're saying it wasn't. Grayson did not activate his body cam, blah, blah, blah. I already heard that. Grayson's told his partner, Massey, would not need medical help immediately after the shooting. She's gone. You can go, but it's going to be a headshot. He was going to get his medical kit, but that's a headshot. Sometimes people survive headshots, but Grayson may have known, He went to get his own medical supplies. I'm not even going to waste my med stuff then, which sounds like fair. He spoke to a group of law enforcement crazies. I'm good. This bleeping B word is crazy. Which sounds like an accurate statement. Okay, but anyway. But anyway, they called it unjustified use of deadly force. But let me read you this mess here. Shown a willingness to use lethal force, of course. Why wouldn't he willingly use lethal force? Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Massey's father, Sonya Massey's father, James Wilburn, different last name. Maybe she's married. She had gotten married before she died. Or maybe she never got married, but she just had a different last name. A lot of blacks are born out of wedlock, don't have their father's name. Don't know what her situation was, but it's oftentimes a mess. I was under the impression that a prowler had broken in and killed my baby. Never did they say it was a deputy-involved shooting until my brother read it on the internet, said this James Wilburn, the father to Sonya Massey, according to CNN. At the news conference, Benjamin Crump called it her killing senseless on every level. That's an unfair statement. And he referenced what Grayson said, I'll blanking, shoot you in your bleeping face, before Massey was shot. Black women don't get the consideration and respect in America. So said evil liar Benjamin Crump. A liar, a snake, a serpent in the garden. Hake doesn't know his real last name. He uses his step-parents' name. Yeah, that's true. I do know what it's supposed to be, Roe. According to, like, an old wives' tale. I don't even know if that's true. But, yeah, maybe my blood name is supposed to be Roe, not Hake. They kept the step-great-grandparents, great-grandfather's name. According to an old wives' tale. I don't know if it's true. Watch at .25 speed. It was a good shoot, says Lucky Larry. Lucky Larry says it was a good shoot. And I don't know, because Lucky Larry seems to have some bias. Lucky Larry. Hake avows being a hypocrite. No, but that was born in wedlock. What? It's not. Okay, yes, hypocrisy for Christ. Whatever, Ned Post. Anyway, evil black women don't get the consideration and respect in America. Do black women give consideration and respect in America? They went to her house to help her, and she acted erratic and got herself killed. Just a Guy 88 says, just saw the footage. This won't hold well for the cop. Yeah. It looks a little too rough for the layman. The layman. Those of us who are like normal people who don't deal with the stuff that the cops deal with. Doesn't look good versus isn't good, two different things. Cop will get the Chauvin treatment, says Golden Rule TV in the chat. Yeah, may well. So we wish him well, Chin Up King. You may have blown it. Not sure. You didn't watch it at .25 speed then. Quarter speed, says Lord of the Pies. Anyway, so when you have reasonable whites fair-minded people disagreeing. It doesn't bode well for the guy. There is no justice. It's just us. There's no justice. It's just us. I think I have to ban that person. Don't I have to ban this person? You can ban all iterations of Raymond 11 because he was flipping out unless he repents. He can call in and repent, and he has to donate to each of the Bond people. Buy a coffee, $100 each for JLP, for Hake, for Joel Friday, and American Anchor maybe, and then maybe we'll can think about letting him back in. This Derek Chauvin's knee guy, is that the same guy as Raymond 11? Maybe I'm wrong. It's a little bit of a vulgar name anyway because people are sensitive about that stuff. Who we banning? Derek Chauvin's knee. I don't know. I think you might ban that guy. Dang, Hake. Anyway, yeah, phony, evil, liar, and snake. Joel Friday says he won't accept anything less than 150. Sorry. You can buy your indulgences. I know, but change your username. That's too nasty, man. It's too nasty. We're a nice snake pit. We are a nice snake pit in the chat. Change your name. Change your username. Keep it cool, guys. Keep it cool. Regarding this, these phony Black Lives Matter things, don't get sucked in to the passion for or against. Doesn't even really matter. It doesn't really matter. Show love for the blacks. They're lost. They don't know. And yes, a lot of them are evil and vicious, but you don't repay evil for evil. What's up, something flying monkey? It's good to see you, man, in the chat. Evil is still real says, that is not incitement, R-word, tard. I forget what I said incitement was. I accused somebody of incitement. Fair enough, evil is still real. Thank you, man, for the whatever. Let's see. Let me get to some callers, guys. Oh, did I ever get with that other caller? That caller wasn't ready. Who was that caller that I wanted to get to? I got to somebody, and then he wasn't ready, and then he disappeared. Okay. Mark in Los Angeles is on the line here. Mark, thank you for calling and holding there, man. How you doing?
Good. Happy White History Month.
Thank you. Happy White History Month to you.
You haven't said it all day.
That's true. Day. Yeah. I know. I mean, can tell by your.
It comes once a month.
Once a year, yeah.
Well, once a year, but I mean 1 month a year, and you never say it. I have to keep reminding you.
No, that's not true. The last time you called, you said Happy White History Month after I had said it at the very beginning of my show. So. I mean, you can say never in the sense of an exaggeration type of mindset. Okay, I accept it.
You didn't do it today.
Yeah, I mean, true. You know. And it's been more than once, for sure. So you can say never.
Okay. Okay, for the reason for the call in regards to Sean Grayson, I pray for him.
Yeah.
I pray that he's not convicted. He was just a white man doing his job. And I was reading some of the comments while I was waiting to get on the show. And some dopey person writes in, well, if he can't dodge a pot of hot boiling water, he shouldn't be a cop. And stupid idiots like that serve on juries.
I
That's
know.
what scares me.
Yeah.
Anybody that would make a remark like that is a fool. And there's people out there that believe that. And there's people out there in the jury room will make that argument. Anything to take a white man out. I've been on juries, and I know how juries are, depending on what part of the city you're in. And you've got some real white haters that get on juries. You've got some white hating judges too.
Yeah.
So I just hope this Sean Grayson goes free. You know, I've been looking on Facebook Shorts lately, and in the last day or two, and a lot of these black militants are getting on there and saying, you know, if this guy isn't, you know, dealt with properly, we're going to loot and rob. You know, these guys could care less about the woman. All they want to do is find a reason to go out and destroy white America.
Yeah.
You know, get some freebies in the mix. That's all this is becoming about. Who ever heard of this Sonya Massey? Where did this happen anyway?
Illinois, near Springfield, or in or near Springfield.
Yeah, I don't know much about Springfield, Illinois. I know it's the capital, and I believe that might be where Lincoln may have been born.
Oh.
Poetic justice. I don't know for sure on that.
Yeah.
I think he was from Springfield, Illinois. Well, okay. The other thing is, earlier today, you received a call from your co-host, and I wasn't really listening very well, but I did hear his name for me come up. Is there anything I missed that you want to tell me that I can respond to?
No. It was just the usual thing. Oh, he thinks he's better than us because he's done some supposed good in a worldly sense with little kids, something like that.
Talking about him or me?
He's talking about himself.
Oh, well, he's always talking about himself.
Yeah.
But let me just say this. First of all, nothing ever that I've ever told you is untrue. I've never made an untrue comment. And as far as his approach to the race problem, it's been tried and it's failed. It was called the Great Society of LBJ, Lyndon Johnson, probably the third worst president in American history after Biden and Obama. He was a real white hater, LBJ. I lived through his torment of 3 years where he passed all the civil rights legislation.
Yeah.
And that's where you saw the change in America. From 64 to 68, in those years, is when America basically started falling apart with integrated neighborhoods, integrated schools, and an integrated society, which was never meant to be. Our founding fathers did not intend to have a multicultural society. So his plan, or his technique, his approach, whatever you want to call it, if he's even telling the truth. I mean, you got to take every word with a grain of salt because communists constantly lie.
Yeah.
Even if what he's saying is true, it's a tried and failed approach. I think Jesse Peterson has a better approach, than this clown doesn't really have an approach. It's just politics, left politics. And he worked with McCain, who was the biggest rhino in Republican Party history, maybe, with the exception of possibly Romney or Cheney. And yet he stabbed his own boy in the back because of his racist tendencies to support a Negro named Obama. So he stabbed his rhino boss in the back so he could support
Anyway,
the black
man, I'm not really that interested in trash talking Joe. I don't think you really have the whole story there. And it's
on McCain?
It's getting on Joe and McCain. It's a little
okay,
tired. Let's get to you.
I'm only going by what he said.
No, but you're not really even going by what he said. You're going beyond what he said. Let's get back. I don't care about it. I don't care about it, and I don't know about it.
Very good, very good. I'm only repeating his words.
I know, but you're bashing callers, and it's not really dealing with anything real.
Well, I know, but we've been bashing each other for going on years now.
I know, but it's just empty.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And I wouldn't have even brought it up, but he brought me up earlier on the show. But that's fine.
Thanks.
That's all good.
Cool.
Okay, so over the weekend, and I'll make this the end of my call. Over the weekend, there was a hate crime committed in Philadelphia at a supermarket by a black woman on a little baby, on an infant baby. It was on YouTube for a short time, and then I haven't seen any stories on it. They push it down the memory hole. But look at all the murders, all the rapes that I profiled on your show just this year alone that have already been pushed down the memory hole. It's like if you attack or kill a white person, it'll be history in a week. We'll talk about it if it's really outrageous, and then we'll pretend like it never happened. And, of course, the media is to blame. I'll ask you a question. You could say yes or no, then we could end the call. Are you familiar with Operation Mockingbird?
I'd heard of it.
Okay, it's the CIA is involved working with media personalities to get their leftist agenda fostered on the American public. They very seldom talk about it. Mark Dice talks about it a lot, but it's been talked about.
I don't want to keep you keep on name dropping him because I've mentioned his name. You feel free reign to mention these people's names, but calm down with that.
Okay, well, he's the only one that talks about it. But Operation Mockingbird is a real threat, and I think that's one of the reasons why we've got such a biased anti-white media. And with the exception of a few networks, there is no real honest delivering of the news.
I think it's it's embedded in the culture of the people who are by and large media people. It attracts liberals and very unchristian people, you know. But I wouldn't doubt that the government could well be involved. They're kind of in bed with one another for sure.
Well, journalism school is indoctrination city. You know, when you go to college and you study to be a journalist, news reporter, they're totally, it's all left-wing garbage. So they're graduating indoctrinated news people, basically.
Yeah.
You know, and there are some exceptions, but very few. You can't even trust Fox, really, to be honest.
Whoa, what was that? The heck?
What?
Oh, your phone did something crazy. I'm not sure what that was.
No, that was a truck outside hitting the brakes.
No, that's not the sound of a truck. It was something else. But anyway, it's a mess. Yeah. I have a super chat for you, Mark, there.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Evil is Still Real says, did I just hear Mark call someone else a stupid idiot and a fool? Amazing. Does he think his obvious room temperature IQ is remarkable? Let me know if he figures out Hitler versus Mussolini, Prince of R words. I guess that's not anything to respond to. Never mind.
Yeah, it's just another white hater.
No, he's not a white hater. He's not a white hater. He's just a...
If he's attacking me for supporting the white man,
no, he didn't
have to be trusted.
Nowhere does he say he's attacking you for supporting the white man.
Well, what's his... He says I have a low IQ. Is that the idea?
Low IQ because you confuse Hitler with Mussolini.
Oh, big deal. You mean when I said the train's on time?
Yeah.
That is such a... Now, who's got the low IQ? I don't care if he's a racialist or not.
Right.
When you attack my IQ, that's an attack on me for a basic mistake.
No, your IQ is not you, man. Your IQ is not you. You just make inexact comments at times, and he's been a snob about it. It's not an attack on you.
I think I take it that way. I made it. Okay, I made a mistake, and I said the train's on time in Germany, which they were, and it was really a Mussolini thing about the trains.
Right, it was a Mussolini saying, but they were on time in Germany as well.
Right,
Evil is real.
How does that make my IQ lower?
I don't know, man. What a mess. Thank you, Evil is Real, for your super chat. And thank you, Mark.
Like him... No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's why what?
No, I was going to say it's guys like that serve on juries and bad guys.
No, he would be a good jury guy. I really think Evil is Still Real would be a great man to be on a jury. You would want Evil is Real on the jury of Derek Chauvin, of those guys in stuff like that. He's more fair.
Sean
Don't
Grayson.
be Sean Grayson and the rest of them. You would want a fair-minded man like Evil is Still Real. I
Well,
vouch
why
for
the
Evil is Still
insult?
Real. What is that?
Okay, so why the insult?
Because he doesn't get enough carbs. He's
Enough
a meat.
carbs?
Yeah, enough carbohydrates or veggies or fiber or something. So he's just irritable. And
So he's the one that's deficient, not me.
No, I don't know.
I'm not deficient.
Well, I don't know. I think you guys make good points about one another.
Do I make any bad points?
Yeah, a little bit.
Can you name one, please?
Yeah, I can name one. When you said an attack on my IQ is an attack on me. When you get personally insulted by your brother in Christ, who's just bashing you, and it may or may not be good natured, that's not a good point. You're falling to you didn't make a good point about Joe from Phoenix about
McCain?
about turning on McCain. That was not a good point. You were going way into your imagination over Joe from Phoenix and McCain. And there's plenty.
I can only go by what they say.
Right, and you didn't make a
add
good point
anything.
about it.
Well, he left McCain to vote for Obama. That's the bottom line.
Right. That's the bottom line, but you didn't make a good point about it. You acted like it was betrayal of McCain when it was really betrayal of America.
Well, either one would be to vote for either one, McCain or Obama, would be a disgrace to America.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Both were
for sure.
bad.
Yeah, exactly. I know I voted for McCain because Obama was so
Not
bad.
me.
Good for you.
I never voted for McCain.
That's awesome. How did you vote at all on in 2008?
What I did when Romney was on there, when McCain was on there, and when Bush was on there, I either voted for Pat Buchanan or what's that other guy, Rand Paul or Ron Paul?
Ron Paul, maybe.
I think I voted for him once.
Yeah.
But I would never vote for a rhino, and I would absolutely never vote for a communist / Democrat.
Yeah.
No way. Let me tell you, the last Democrat I voted for was George Wallace.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Nice.
Yeah, he was a white worker. He was for the white working people, like Trump is.
Cool, man. Well,
yeah, they're both good. They're both good.
It's great talking with you, man. I appreciate it, Mark, in Los Angeles. Take care, man.
Thank you, sir. God bless.
You as
Bye-bye.
well. All right. Bye. Let me double check any super chats, guys. We're past the top of the hour. Catch Joel Friday TV. He's coming up next. Thank you to Gigi Cash. Hey, man. Maverick Angel, Potleaf, Groovy Monkey, Misty. That's cool. And thank you, T Flying Monkey 45, man. For blah, blah, blah. Old Saucy in the Oliver and the Rumble crew. Leo Gonzo says, Sody Pop money. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Lin Yen Chin says, so is that a no regarding the 67-second voice message I sent to you? Okay. All right. I'm not logged. Let me see if I'm logged in on here. I don't think I am. I need more time to prep this. I don't think I'm Facebook.com/ what is that going to take me to? Facebook.com. Let's see. Is it going to let me in? Are you going to go my way? Check your notifications. Facebook right now. Pardon me, Lin Yen Chin, who gave a thing. Did it let him in? I can't see it. I can't do it. Control zoom. Oh, control zoom. And I wonder if there's a... Hold on. Oh, cool. Hey. Hey, Control L takes you to the URL. Facebook. Let me try again. Boom. Log in. And come on. Waiting for approval. This is obnoxious. It's not telling me. Someone's trying to log you in. Let us know if it's you. Yes, it's me. Come on. Finish. Yes! Okay, I might be able to do this, Lin Yen Chin. What does that say? Allow? Shall I do allow notifications? This might hurt. I better block. Okay, you're logged in. Trust this device? Yes, trust this device. Don't hack me, bro. Did you send it to my personal? Where's Lin Yen Chin? No, it looks like he might have sent it to the Hake report because I don't see it. Let me switch to the Hake report. Let me show you guys what I'm trying to do here. Boom. All right. So here's Hake being a boomer. Don't read my DMs, guys. Is that Lin Yen Chin? I can't see it. There he is. And let's see if this works, guys. Let's see if this works. Let me go over here and unmute, I guess. Let me play it. Let me play it. Hang on. Complicated business, folks. Complicated business. Okay. Here is...
That is infused with Chinese admixture.
There we go. Okay,
this allows me fortune cookie phrasing. And I believe you should know. You used to be high. Yeah. Think back to your earliest memory.
Hang on. Let me go back. How do I go back?
You coming out of your initial high of life. As children are born, their bodies are seething with all kinds of biochemical activity. In this activity, all sense is enhanced. In this state of enhanced sense, it's as if you are drunk, lost, confused, somewhat delirious, but everything seems like it's pristine clarity. Isn't it amazing? You used to be high, like a pothead, and then you woke up and realized you were 8. Well, you could have been 3, I don't know. Depends on your IQ. If it's low, it's later. If it's high, it's earlier. Some people can remember all the way back to 1 or 2.
Let me play it one more time for you guys so you guys can hear it. This is important / funny. This is Bruce Lee.
Hey there, Lord Goodhair. It's me, Lin Yen Chin, the Jamaican Chinese. Yes, the Negro that is infused with Chinese admixture. This allows me fortune cookie phrasing. And I believe you should know. You used to be high. Yeah. Think back to your earliest memory. That was you coming out of your initial high of life. As children are born, their bodies are seething with all kinds of biochemical activity. In this activity, all sense is enhanced. In this state of enhanced sense, it's as if you are drunk, lost, confused, somewhat delirious, but everything seems like it's pristine clarity. Isn't it amazing? You used to be high, like a pothead, and then you woke up and realized you were 8. Well, you could have been 3, I don't know. Depends on your IQ. If it's low, it's later. If it's high, it's earlier. Some people can remember all the way back to 1 or 2.
Wow. Thank you, Lin Yen Chin. Appreciate that, man. Nice message from Lin Yen Chin. Lin is wicked alpha here, says somebody in there. Yeah, he's Jamaican Chinese. It is not really, what's his name? Bruce Lee. All right, a couple more super chats, and then I'll get back to stories and calls, guys. Let me switch back. Are you guys proud of me? I'm becoming less and less of a boomer every day, or am I becoming more of one? Mobetta, 10 coffees, says, amazing show. Yes, Wednesday, Hake. Thanks for all you do. Hopefully you got your turn for some summer vacation soon, and the other experts pay you back by covering down just as well. We know they will. Star eyes emoji. Thank you, Mobetta. He also says, after hearing Adele, 1 L, I realized. I was spelling it with 2 L's as well, Mobetta, but it's 1 L, Adele. After hearing Adele use her actual British voice, it makes you realize she is racist. and capitalizing on the blackface America already addressed by singing in a retro 1960s African-American voice. African-British do not speak like how she sings. All of her music, she sings with a fake black American voice. And then she switches back and talks to other Brits with her normal Brit voice. Racist. Fake blackface voice. Adele is a demon in sheep's clothing trying to influence your little girls. Mocks intro songs. There's a shield burning inside. Oh. I don't know that song. What's the intro song? If she is representing African British, she would start something like, woo boo ba boo boo, you boop e, because the B word, blood, with the Y after it, is a very bad word in England, I heard. With, I don't know if I can say this word. What's slag? Is that a bad word, guys? Laughing face with cheers coming out. Thank you, Mobetta. Whew, you make me nervous. But thank you for your 10 coffees twice. Esoteric says, hey, Hake. I've noticed the snake pit extra snaky lately, and I realized all the angry people have worked their way into JLP's chat gradually over time. Now automatically come over to the rest of the shows with new YouTube feature. What a mess. Indeed. And snakes in the rainbows. Not God's rainbow, the not morally straight rainbow. C. Bill with a coffee. Hake, these Bible-thumping men on Jesse's show all sounds like a soft, passive mama's boy, LOL. Interesting observation, C. Bill. Court Green, 12 coffees. Nice. I always say something nice. Y'all know me before today. Thank you, Court. That's cool. So there you go, Lin Yen Chin. Hope that presentation was okay. Let me double check over on these other platforms, guys. Thank you, Harmony, for that Cash App donation. What's up, Bethany, over in the Facebook crew? She says she had mental problems for sure, referring to that gal. That gal who got herself killed. Is it unfair to say she got herself killed? I know it could be. What did my friend accuse me of being? My friend accused me, when I said that, I was talking to my friend about the Tea Party during the Tea Party days and the Occupy days. And my friend, who's a liberal, married to someone who works for the ACLU, said, I like the Occupy Wall Street people. I don't necessarily agree with them. I'm a good capitalist. And they're kind of communist or whatever. This 1%. We are the 99%. I think it's great. They're kind of like the answer to the Tea Party. But I'm like, the Tea Party, and he called them AstroTurf Tea Party. And there may be some truth to that. AstroTurf implying that corporate and big money is feeding us this information and we're eating it up and joining this movement. There may be something to that. Because the Tea Party candidates turned out to be lame-os. Just a bunch of lame rhinos, many of them. Adam Kinzinger. Was Adam Kinzinger a Tea Party guy? Maybe not. He played like he was a Chad, but he wasn't. Paul Ryan was somewhat Tea Party-ish, somewhat. He was lame. Sarah Palin was okay, but she was a woman. I liked Sarah Palin, though. She was kind of Tea Party-ish. Online, trendy stuff. She was like the precursor to Marjorie Greene, the queen. But they both need to get out of the politics thing and just tend to their families. Like ladies ought to, you know? But Paul Ryan, total rhino. He didn't even go to the Republican National Convention. He was trying to run with Mitt Romney as the vice presidential candidate. Pathetic. He couldn't even beat shameless, lying, disgrace to Ireland and American Irish people, pro-abortion Catholic. Who's the guy who's president supposedly right now? Biden. He couldn't even beat Joe Biden in a debate. That's Joe Biden, right? I can't even say, get a shotgun. Get a shotgun. He didn't say that to Paul Ryan, but Paul Ryan just smile. I think Paul Ryan is Irish too. Some lame. We need some alpha Irish in there. How did I get off on that topic? Anyway, thank you, Bethany. I must have been mouth breathing. Thank you, Bethany. As always. All right. Guys, thank you for bearing with me through these super chats and things. Let me get to Will in Washington. Is it Washington State or Washington, D.C.? Will in Washington?
Washington State.
Nice. Nice to hear from you. Thank you for calling. Have you called my show before?
Well, I called Joel's show before, but I've seen all your guys' shows.
Nice.
JLP.
Cool. Well, welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So what I was calling about, I wanted to give you just a little bit of a different perspective on the Sonya Massey case, because I know oftentimes black people, they do get themselves shot when, it comes to the police. But I'm a very fair analysis when it comes to these cases. Did you watch the video?
I have not watched the video at all.
Okay, so I would definitely recommend you watch the video, because at first I just read the story and I was thinking the same thing. I was like, well, if someone's coming at you with a pot of boiling water, you're going to get yourself shot. But then I watched the video, and if you watch the video, that officer, the one who shot her, he was like a complete psychopath. And then his partner tried to help her. And when he tried to help her, he told her, don't help her. He was like, no, that was a headshot. She's gone. He was like, just get out of here. And then other police came and he lied to them about what happened on video. And so that's why they ended up arresting him.
Okay. Now, the point about him saying don't help her, it's a headshot, she's a goner, that point is moot to me. Now, let's say, bottom line, I acknowledge that she may not actually have gone up to him. Is that the point? The bottom line, did she come at him, or was she not actually a threat at that point?
Correct. Yes, she didn't come out. So I'm just give you a little short synopsis, real quick of it. So what happened was they were sitting on the couch and they were talking with each other, and all of a sudden he said, hey, go turn off that pot of boiling water. We don't need a fire over here. So she's like, okay. So she gets up, goes to the pot of boiling water, grabs it, and walks towards her sink. And the sink is right by the stove, so it's right parallel with each other. So she walks to the sink, and then both of them back up, and they both joke with each other. They're like, she's like, why you back up? And they're like, well, you got that hot boiling bottle of water. And then she was like, oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And then she starts like pouring the water in the sink. He's like, what do you say? She's like, I said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. He pulls out his gun. He's like, I'll shoot you in the effing face right now. What did you say? She's like, I'm sorry. And then she ducks down, and there's like this giant counter between them. Yeah. She ducks down. He walks around the counter and points his gun at her and shoots her 3 times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. At first I read the story and I was like, oh, okay, I see. But then I watched the video, and the video, it's pretty disturbing. I definitely suggest you watch it just so you can see what happened. But that's why he got put in jail so quickly. Because, normally in these cases, they just give him like paid leave while they investigate. But this one was like clear cut and dry. Like he completely straight up murdered her. And then he lied when the other police officers came to, but his body cam showed what really happened.
So you said that that she they were just joking around?
Yeah, they both were just joking around. They both like laughed, like they were.
Now, if she was hiding behind the sink, he kind of had to approach.
Well, he had the gun on her, and
Right.
she said, "I'm sorry." So that's when
I'm
she
sorry is
down.
not a reason to not go around and like walk around to see her, because if she's I'm looking at like a 30-second video that spoiler alert posted in the chat, and I don't know if I'm going to show this, but
Yeah, she was like, no
it
threat
shows that
at
she
all.
wait this footage shows that she started to go down. She didn't have the pot in her hands. And then did she drop the oven mitts?
Yeah.
And then she grabbed the pot, but she grabbed the pot and then did throw it.
No, she didn't. She didn't throw it.
Oh, then maybe you didn't see where she threw it. It looks like she threw it. So it sounds like it's not totally clear what really happened.
Because if you watch the video, you can watch the full video. They have the full video.
Yeah.
She's pouring the water in the sink, and he's like, "What did you say? I'll shoot you in the face!" And then pulls his gun out and points it straight at her.
Was she just joking around was she just joking around? I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, because she repeated it twice.
Yeah, she repeated. See, and
if they're joking around, she wasn't really scared. She sounds like she was crazy. Was she acting crazy?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I believe that she was probably a little bit mentally ill.
No, but was she acting crazy though?
About Jesus.
Yeah.
No, she wasn't acting crazy, but she told him, "I'll rebuke you in the name of Jesus."
That's acting crazy.
They walked away. They walked away as if she was like a threat when she had the water. They were like, "Oh, I'm going over here. You're not splashing me with that." And then she was like, "Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," because they were like taking her as a threat when she was just pouring the water down the sink.
But no, she actually threw the water. It looks like she was. It looks like somehow she had the pot in her hands and it was kind of above her head, and then she was like either threw it or dropped it or something. I don't know if the pot was hot.
Well, yeah, I was
She's being crazy. I mean, it was hot. I don't know if it was hot on her hands. It may have been some misunderstanding. It may not have been the threatening way, but you don't mess around like that. She was crazy.
Well, and that cop as well, he's been kicked out of 6 departments.
No, hold on. Let's stay with this topic though, man. I don't know if he's been kicked out or if he just left some of them, because he just willingly left some of them. You don't want to get carried away with all this character assassination of this cop. Why wasn't the other cop charged?
The other cop wasn't. Well, it hasn't gone to jury yet. So there's a possibility that they do, but I don't think he's going to get charged because he tried to help her even after the fact, and he didn't shoot. He just pulled his gun after his partner did, but he did not. If you watch the video, he didn't shoot. He didn't even scream at her or cuss at her or anything. He was just standing there, and it was his partner that did that. But also before this happened, if you watch the video, the cop that shot her, he was actually being aggressive with her as well before they got to the point that he shot her. So like,
okay, I'm gonna show this. I'm gonna show this silent. I'm gonna show this silent video right now, just to see what we're talking about. And you're not able to watch at the same time because there's a delay. But I'm seeing this lady here. I'm seeing this lady here in the middle of this screen. Not the middle, but close to the middle. And she's behind the counter, and she's like, picks up the pot. There's the pot. The guy points the gun at her. Ooh, should have censored that gun. Scary. And she ducks, and she doesn't have the pot in her hand. She has the pot mitts. The oven mitts. Oh, so she grabbed the oven mitts. And so you can't see her. So he goes around to the thing, and she looks like she reaches back up. And let me disappear myself for a second. She reaches back up and grabs the boiling water. I don't know if this is going to help him, because this is not going to save him. I have no illusions that it will save him, let's say, because I remember Walter Scott fighting with the cop, Officer Michael Slager, former officer, who's now in prison, over the taser, and that didn't save Michael Slager, Officer Slager. But she reaches back.
See, but that's a little bit. That's a little bit different.
Hold, let me finish this video. Reaches back up and grabs the boiling water, according to the person who edited this video. Edited meaning put in some overlays. Grabs the pot, and she has the pot, according to them, above her head. What the heck? Boiling water hitting the floor, and he shot her. Okay, so she did grab the pot, but you didn't catch this. She grabbed the pot and had the pot over her head again after she had put it down. What kind of a crazy lady would do that?
Would she already have the pot?
No. She put it. No. She didn't have the pot in her hands. She went down. She ducked down with just the mitts, the oven hot, the hot pads in her hand. And she grabbed it, and then she grabbed it.
Hey, you gotta think about it. So the pot is super hot, right? And we know a super hot pot, you can't hold it without an oven mitt, or else it's gonna get third-degree burn.
No. Listen to me. She put it down, and then she picked it back up. She put it down when she ducked, and then she picked it back up when she was ducked down.
Right, but she was not. She was like holding the pot while she ducked on the ground.
No. Look, listen to this. She ducks down. We're looking at her duck down, not with the pot. He goes around and she grabs the pot. He's going around and she's grabbing the pot. So I don't think that you have this, you may be mistaken, man.
So
and then the pot hits the floor.
I would say watch the full. So this guy right here, that you're watching, he sent this in slow-mo. Watch the full police body cam video of this guy.
But did you catch that she put it down and then she picked it back up?
That she put it down and then picked it back up?
Yeah.
I'm watching the video that you just put now.
No, when you watched the full video, did you see her put it down and put it back and pick it back up?
Oh, when I watched the full video, did I see her put it down and pick it back up? No,
yeah.
I didn't see her put it down and then pick it back up.
Yeah,
she was around the counter.
This is kind of nitpicking the cops, They have these questionable things. No pot was thrown, says just a guy 88. But I don't know. But if
you see, she didn't throw or even make no throwing gestures or anything. You
don't know that?
She got a hot pot.
Wait, you don't know that.
Water will burn her.
You don't know whether she threw it or not.
Yeah, we know if she threw it or not. She didn't throw it.
How do you know she didn't throw it? If it hit the floor, did it hit the floor before or after he shot her?
Because there's a bunch of hot boiling water in there. So she would have. That's why she's trying to secure herself and the pot. Think about the whole pot.
The pot was already secure on the counter.
The stove.
On the stove or the counter?
No, but she had it in her hand. Remember when she dropped on the ground?
No, she didn't.
This pot is hot and boiling.
She didn't have it on when she dropped on. When she dropped on the ground, she didn't have it in her hand.
What do you mean she didn't have it on? She was holding the pot and
no, she wasn't.
Dropped down with it.
No, we watched her. We just watched a video of. According to this video, she ducked down with just the mitts, the oven mitts.
When she ducked down with just the oven mitts, then she didn't go back up and grab the pot off the counter.
Yeah, she did. That's what it looked like she did.
No, that definitely didn't happen.
How do you know that?
Because I saw the full video on his body cam.
Did you watch it carefully enough?
Yeah, I watched it.
If you watched it carefully enough, how did you miss that she got back up and grabbed the pot?
I didn't see that.
I see is correctly predicting Hake about to finish this segment, but I don't know. And exactly, I don't know. But you've formed your opinion and you don't care about this new information, according to Lord of the Pies.
No, I care about the information, but I didn't see it. I watched the video. I didn't see her get back up and grab the pot and come back
exactly,
on the ground.
Because
she dropped on the ground. Alert, he went over there and shot her.
Right, but because spoiler alert is pointing out that there is just a few frames showing it, so people miss it at full speed.
And then even she's holding the pot, that still wasn't a reason to shoot her, right?
Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, maybe, maybe not. For sure. I'm with you. It may or may not have been a reason to shoot her. It doesn't mean that he should have shot her. I'm not going to say that it's a good shoot or bad shoot. I'm a layman. And honestly, it's not even my business nor yours, but they're trying to suck us in with this phony stuff about race and black women and police brutality. And, you know, police are getting a little bit more out of control, as is the rest of society. And
yeah, I don't think it was a racist. I don't think it was a racist thing. That's why when I watched it, because I'm fair with these cop videos. So when I watched it, I was like, yeah, this guy, he's just a violent. Because number one, when he's said,
Irish.
I rebuke you in the name of Jesus,
right.
he said, you know, he put out his gun and he was like, "Hey, I'll shoot you in the effing face." You know, it's like, who talks like that? You know, it's very unprofessional and not needed.
Wait. But hold on, man. Cops get rough. Cops get rough when they're confronted with a threat of any sort.
Yeah, a threat.
So,
all she said was, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus."
No, but she had a pot. She had a pot of boiling water in her hands. That's potentially a threat.
Right, but she was pouring it in the sink.
You're being overly dismissive of her actions, man. You weren't there.
I gotta tell Hank. I gotta tell you one thing about me, brother. I'm a very good analysis of character. Like, I'm very good when it comes to psychology.
Nice.
If you pay attention to the history of that cop and you watch the background video, you can see he clearly has some mental illness as well. Like, he's very overly paranoid. He is very his mannerisms are just very excessive. I agree with you when you say cops can get aggressive if there's a threat. Like, for instance, say someone pulls out a gun, they'll be like, "Put the gun down now.
Right.
Put it down now." That is normal. What's not normal is like, well, our lady says, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," and he instantly pulls out his gun, points it at her head. He says, "I'll shoot you in the effing face right now." That was a little bit sick.
Hake, dude, they should not have been in the house. Wait, she invited them in. What the heck? They're like vampires. You invite them in, you put your own life at risk. And Just a Guy 88 says, "There's nothing to miss. She dropped the pot after getting shot. It's all right there on camera." So there's people disputing what happened, and we don't know, and we honestly shouldn't even really care or get caught up in this, honestly. But
the only reason why it's a little bit important,
and I don't dispute what you said about that cop.
You don't want him out there. It's like, that's one of those cops you don't want with a badge. So like I said, a lot of them, they get unfair scrutiny.
Yeah.
This one, he wanted to kill somebody. I can guarantee you he's thought about it. He's ruminating about it, and he was just looking for a chance. And they're probably going to give him either first-degree murder or he's going to get excessive.
No, I think you're going overboard with judging this cop, man. I grant you he may have had issues, may not have had issues, but you don't want to join this lynch mob on him. You don't give any credence to the devil. They're going to exploit these stories to make us all more at risk.
Well, I don't want him out as a cop. You see what I'm saying? Like, his partners,
I get you.
Okay,
I heard
cool.
that you said that you don't want him as a cop. But
yeah,
he's very dangerous. But you're just making judgments based on incomplete information about the guy. Sounds like.
Think about someone who could kill someone in cold blood like that, because we all have consciences.
You're just calling.
Right?
Wait a minute. You're just calling it cold blood. You don't even know.
She was holding a pot on the ground, and he just look how quick he shot her. It was quick. And he 3 times. He made sure he killed her quickly. You better
shoot multiple times when you're eliminating a threat.
But she was.
You're calling it cold blood. You're putting way too much into it, Will.
She was holding a pot behind the counter that he made her go and get. Think about that. So she didn't go and get it on her own.
Will, you're going crazy.
Got it on her own. He made her go and get it.
Will, he better make her go and get it and put it and act like a sane person. He wasn't like a sane person would have just turned off the fire and not picked up the pot. And then start saying, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." And all of a sudden, you're calling this a cold-blooded killing. That's psycho. You're going overboard.
He said he didn't want a fire to happen. He said, "Hey,
right? Isn't that a reasonable? Is that not a reasonable thing?"
Yeah, a normal person takes it off the eye. The normal person takes it off the eye of the stove. If someone says it's going to cause a fire,
are you saying that this was not a gas stove? It was a electric stove.
I think it was just a
you're acting like this woman was acting like a normal person, and she wasn't.
Well, she wasn't being aggressive though, neither.
You don't know this.
Talking about so when there's in the body cam, right in the beginning when they come to the door, she's like, "Thank you, you guys. I love you. Thank you that you showed up," and tells them the situation.
That's how psychos act. They switch on you. They pretend like they like you, and then they switch on you, like Raymond 11 in my chat.
Yes, that's true, but you can't hurt someone when they're being nice and being like, wait a minute, I think this person's a psychopath. Why are they being nice to us like this?
No. I'm not saying this person's a psychopath. Why are they being nice? Because she did say, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, and she's holding this pot of boiling water, and a pot of boiling water is dangerous, man.
I agree with that. I agree that a pot of boiling water can be dangerous, but she didn't walk towards them or, I'll throw this pot on you or anything.
Yeah,
that
part he may have lied. That part he may well have lied, and shame on him, I guess, if he lied or overstated the thing. A lot of cops try to cover CYA, cover your rear. I don't know why they put A for rear, but cover your rear.
Yeah, the body cam is what got, because when he told them that, when the other cops showed up, that's what he told him. He was like, she came at me with a pot of boiling water, man, trying to throw it on me. But then when they reviewed the body cam, then they were like, oh, yeah, instantly put him in jail. And you know that's bad, because usually they put him on investigative leave.
Spoiler alert says, note that the whole I rebuke you in the name of Jesus stuff is a movie trope. It's often accompanied with dousing the person with water. So that could have been a threat. You ever think of that?
That's not fair. That's not fair to do.
Yes, it's kind of fair, man. You know how you throw water on a witch?
Because you connect those. You can't connect those dots.
It's holy water. She's like, no. You can't connect it, man. Anyway, it's fun talking with you. This is great talking with you, man. We've gone 20 minutes. Call me again, Will, in Washington. It's great talking with you.
I appreciate it.
All right. Take care. Bye. Man. Okay, so Super Chats, guys. Joelle Friday is coming up next. Calls, there is one. I think there's one line open. We'll see what we can get to. The War in the Mind, says Joelle, is the name of Joelle Friday TV's thing. Beta bootlicker, says Bobby Blanco, accusing Hake of bootlicking the cops. And I did a lick sound. Don't throw water on witches, Hake. Yes. Okay, so Joelle. Catch Joelle Friday. He is coming up next. I need to calm things down. I'm sick of it, says Bethany. Living 30 minutes away is all we hear about. Yeah, don't get Hey, James, please stop defending wrong. I'm defending right. And suspending judgment. Suspending judgment, you know? Okay, let's see. Thank you, D-Live crew. Let me double check over on the Rumble crew. I think I see one. Okay. Evil is Still Real says, all I want for Happy White History Month is for Mark to find some way not to be our class. I call Mark low IQ for everything that comes out of his mouth. Nothing of it is new, novel, or interesting. That is a good point about Mark. He's like, there's a double standard. The whites attended Laken Riley's funeral, and it was peaceful. And then there's the blacks going rioting over Black Lives, over, George Floyd or something. Look at the contrast. Oh, gee, I didn't know that blacks are more, the blacks and Black Lives Matter people are, I don't know that there's a difference between how whites and blacks are. Or I didn't know that there's a difference in how the media covers stuff. Or this or that. He says, Mark brings up the talking points of Alex Jones 5 years ago. I don't know, 5 years ago? But yeah, Evil is Still Real. That is fair. Mark in Los Angeles, it is a bit of an eye roll. So I try to push him towards a little bit more of, hey, let's self-reflect. Self-reflection. Nice. Let me double check over on on buymeacoffee.com and elsewhere. I think we're all caught up, guys. Let me know if not. I have about 10 minutes till I have to be off air for Joel Friday TV, guys. Let me get to... Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Renee is a first-time caller out of Dallas, Texas. Renee, you're the one who I tried to get to, right?
Yeah, can you hear me well?
Way better. Thank you, man.
No, thank you. Just want to say shout out to Jesse Pearson. Back in 2020, I called the show. I think without his advice, I don't think I would be here where I'm at. And thank you, by the way. I've been following you since college. I think since 2017 or 16, I've been listening to Jesse Pearson.
Nice.
I'm 30 years old, and yeah, you guys are awesome, by the way.
Right on.
So my question is, sir, is that I'm a truck driver, and I used to be a delivery driver, and I drove like 48 to 53, trailers, and it's a very hard job. I used to unload a lot of packages. Used to like start at 3 a.m. Anyways, long story short, I got into a bad accident, and it cost me my job. Now I'm at this other job. It's still trucking, but it's a construction job. And the thing is, like right now, I really don't like it. And it might sound just plain Jane. I mean, simple, like, hey, I'm saying like how much I don't like it. It kind of sounds clear, like I may want to go back to food service. But I guess like what happened was that last week I had like a job offer, food service, but my instincts, I don't know if it was God or what, but the same gut feeling I had of making choices, it told me to stay here. And now since I've been staying here, like I kind of have not been liking it. And I guess my question to you is that, I'm here at this job that I really don't like, and I want to go on to another job, right? But my instinct, I don't know if it's fear of another accident or it's just God telling me to like stay, because I felt this feeling before, and it's usually like 90% right, and I've went with that feeling, and now like I'm stuck here, but like I'm not really happy here, and I feel like life is so short, and I feel like you should always like what you do as your job, because half of the time of your life you're at your job. I can tell you right now, like this job that I'm at, I'm not really liking it. It's not more of the work; it's just more of the work culture. Just everyone's like really toxic as a construction kind of gig for truck driving, and I just wanted to know your thoughts of like, is it fear that I'm scared of taking on these like a delivery job, or is it just like, should I just pay attention to that gut feeling and just say, hey, I should stay here and follow that feeling? And I don't know if it's God or what, but I like to think it's God sometimes.
You should do what you see to do, not what you feel to do.
Really?
Yeah, what you see to do, not what you feel to do.
So like,
because you have this idea that you should like your job, and you use the word toxic. You're a 30-year-old man using the word toxic. Is that what I heard you say?
Yes, sir.
About people. Don't call people toxic. That's a red flag.
Okay.
Because you're gonna find people who are evil everywhere. That shouldn't be, unless they're hindering you from doing your job, and it's hindering you from making your money. It should be irrelevant. It shouldn't bother you that people are evil. I mean, I am glad to work where I work. I happen to like and respect the people I work with.
Yeah.
But I didn't always. I worked for several years. I thought I was going to work 20, 30 years in a job in which I didn't really respect or like a lot of the people I was working with. Mm-hmm. Shout out to the Mexicans. Some of them I like. But you shouldn't have that mindset of you should like where you work. Why don't you just start liking it?
Like where I'm at right now, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, like the thing is that
just be happy.
With you, like, yeah, I mean, I agree with you.
And it sounds like you want to. It's the way that you frame the other job. It sounds like you would be stepping backwards rather than forward.
Yeah. Well, I guess I don't know about that part. I mean, I'll look at, but I think it's just more like I kind of enjoyed like reversing a lot. I mean, because I was unloading a lot. It was a very laborious job, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But I guess like you're right. Like I agree with you. Like 30 years you spent at your other job. Like you didn't respect it, but I agree with you on that part.
You pour when you're at your job. You pour your all into that job, while on the job during the day, and then you don't stew about it after work. You exercise, you sleep, you eat, you do whatever things you got to do. But at your work, you do your best and not worry about whether you like it or not, or whether you're wasting your time or not. Those are doubts and fears. Whether you stay or go shouldn't be based on feelings or ideas, I don't think.
So it's what I see, correct?
Yeah, if there's a better opportunity, and this one is not working out, if it's not working, then whatever. But you definitely should know for yourself. You asking me when I don't really know the whole situation is not necessarily, doesn't sound good. You got to do it.
Like, so what are you getting out of this question? Because I think the only thing is that, I guess, like, you're right, like, toxic people, like, there's always going to be evil people, which I agree. But I guess I just never had people tell me to go, like, I should go F myself, like, on a constant daily basis. I just never,
Well, why not just...
I never encountered that.
Oh, whoa. But, so you want to leave just because they're telling you that?
I mean, that, and just like a nasty, like I just never had that before, Like,
but that's how that's sometimes how guys talk to one another.
True.
But you just said toxic people again. What possessed you to adopt this phrase, toxic people?
Well,
Lin Yen Chin would have a word with you. He would call that woman noise.
Dang.
Now, of course, it's not good that somebody's like that, but that's not a reason necessarily to leave. That's you can either check them or just take it. You either check them like a man or take it like a man. But right now you're not. It doesn't sound like you're taking it like a man.
Yeah, it sounds like that. I guess what's advice that you can give me to kind of like, to what I mean, to I don't know, endure it, but just kind of like, man, be like, I mean, I'm a man, but like, I just never had this kind of job before. To be more, just don't take it personal, right?
That's the first thing, yeah. Or realize that there's some evil thing taking it personally inside of you, tempting you to take it personally.
Really? I didn't think of that.
Don't you think? Because isn't it, if you're taking it personally or you're hurt by it, then that's a you problem. That's not a them problem. They're doing it because they want you to take it personally, maybe. And you're obeying them by taking it personally and falling into their hell. You're falling because you're already in hell.
So you're saying like I should, like I'm making them have more control over me, just how they're talking to me, instead of me just controlling the situation and just not being fazed by it, right?
Say that again.
So what you're saying
is
that...
shoot, I gotta run. I don't have time. Man.
Oh.
Yeah, call me tomorrow or whenever. Or call JLP or call for counseling or whatever, Renee. Or make sure you're doing the silent prayer.
All right.
And definitely check yourself.
Hank.
Yeah, great call.
Right.
Thank you, Renee, in Dallas, Texas. Take care. Bye. Daniel in everywhere. Daniel in Tejas wanted to talk about it's not the Massey shooting. It is the Sonya shooting. And Jaime in Minnesota and the rest of the callers, I cannot get to you in the Super Chats. I got to end. It's Joel Friday TV coming up now. And so shall I sing you a song or what shall I do? I don't know. Peace in the Middle East, or at least in your hearts. Adios, America. Whoa. In the world? Let me click it. Oh, okay. Adios, America. Joel Friday TV coming up next. Bye. And for reals, goodbye.